A lot of us never thought we'd be talking about COVID in relation to the holidays when this all started back in February, March, right, J. Bell? Well, now the holidays are going to be here before we know it, with Halloween and Thanksgiving coming up in the next couple months. The CDC is releasing its guidelines on how to celebrate these big days safely because the COVID-19 pandemic is far from over.
Yeah, this has probably been a lot of people's minds as they're looking forward to the holidays. So we're breaking down some of the most popular activities based on their risk levels. So first up, Halloween. Low risk activities include carving pumpkins with your family or maybe doing a virtual costume contest. The risk level starts to go up when it comes to things like pumpkin patches. The CDC says if you're going to do this, you need to wear a mask, use hand sanitizer, and keep your distance from others. Outdoor costume parades also have a moderate risk of spreading the virus. High-risk activities that should be avoided are things like traditional trick-or-treating, indoor haunted houses, hay rides with strangers, and Halloween parties. And you should not try to substitute costume masks for a face mask. In fact, the CDC recommends staying away from costume masks altogether this year.
All the fun stuff on the high-risk list. All right, moving on to Thanksgiving. The CDC says some low-risk activities include having a small dinner with only the people who live in your household. And for all you Black Friday shoppers, the CDC recommends shopping online this year. Ouch, that's going to hurt the stores in person. Moderate risk activities include having dinner outdoors with close friends and family who don't live in your household and watching small outdoor sporting events. In the high-risk category are those large indoor gatherings, shopping in person on Thanksgiving or Black Friday, and going to a crowded parade or even a race. But we know around here the AJC Peachtree Road Race has gone entirely virtual to keep people from gathering in Atlanta. Right now on the 11 Alive Facebook page, a lot of viewers are sharing how they will spend Halloween and Thanksgiving. Let us know what your plans are and if anything has changed because of COVID-19.